We went, all the 9 years trying to create, a lion that on a scale that hasn't been seen, and again, the gravity of the lion and the lions was very important to me, and the interaction would feel realistic. And
thank you so much, Baltasar, for your time. A pleasure to talk to you. I want to ask you about the beast. Yeah. There is the main character, and what was like the inspiration to create the beast, and how much was CGI? I think everything is CGI, but we can barely notice. But how much was CGI, and how much was practical?
It's all CGI. Simple as that, and there was an idea of possibly shooting something real, but then in the end, it wasn't something that the studio felt comfortable with. So I like, okay, that's great. So let's just go full in, and there are other lions and other animals there too, which and it's great that most people think they are real, and then because they realize the beast is you can't have a lion attacking people, with making that safe. So I think, Framestore UK did an awesome, and Enric Prada, who's the visual effects supervisor, did a crazy, good job. But it was a lot of, first of all, we wanted to create a character, and the lion, the beast, as a very specific feature. I didn't want him to be too big, because I wanted to be unpredictable and quick and lean and mean, so that was very important, and even the features of his face are it's just not any lion, it's a very specific lion. We also sourced material from everywhere, so we didn't want the lion to do anything that it doesn't do in nature, when it's attacking other animals and that. So it's all sourced and all worked from what real lions do. And then, luckily, I could convince the studio to have a lion outside to be able to look at reference. We don't use the footage of it, but we shoot it in the same environment, and we can look at it in the sand and the sun and where we are, and gives us a very good reference of how the lion would look in reality. And this is, I think, nobody has gone this far in having a live lion on set. And my son was actually the one who was shooting the reference lion for me. So I put him in a cage. I'm such a wonderful father. I said, poor thing. But anyway, so I think we went, all the 9 years trying to create, a lion that on a scale that hasn't been seen, and again, the gravity of the lion and the lions was very important to me, and the interaction would feel realistic, and the weight of the characters are right. And we got there's a stuntman working with us who was brought up in a lion place that raises lion. So he was very helpful also in timing the lion and how it would attack and stuff like that. So I know it's a long answer, but that's hopefully it answers your question.
Amazing, thank you. So now let's talk about the cast members, and both are amazing. What did you do to bring Idris Elba on board and Sharlto Copley on board? Because I think both are amazing.
Yeah, great. I'm so happy to hear that. Idris was already attached to the project when the studio talked to me, and me and Idris, we had been planning on making another film for some time, which didn't come through, and so this was kind of a welcome, and I've been a big fan of Idris for a long time, and what I really love about Idris is that he is a movie star and a great actor, and he's equally both. And Sharlto I had seen in District 9, and he's kind of a wild guy and wiry and very different energy, and I thought it was also and representing, the South Africa a little bit through him. He is, South African, so that helped too, and I think we did a lot of rehearsals and talk-throughs and worked on the characters. The main challenge was with Idris was to the journey from being this kind of clumsy father, not really knowing how to deal emotionally with the girls, and not the situation they were getting into, to become, the person he should be, both, to his girls and as a protector, as a father and a protector. And I also love the fact that the girls who are, casting them, they're newcomers in the industry, and And Idris was very clever in bringing them in and playing with them. And actually, there's a song in the car when they're driving that they made up themselves just while they were waiting. So I said, I want to use that. This is exactly kind of stuff, you know, families do. And the messiness of a family and how they start working together and how the girls get more courageous and try and do things. Not always, you know, the most clever decisions, but that's how families function. We are not like a, you know, scientific operation or military operation. We are emotional operation. And I think that's what Idris was very helpful in that. And also Sharlto was very, you know, like to be this kind of a nice uncle, or which is not really an uncle, but yeah, it was also, it's when you have such a small cast, you have a lot of time to work on this closeness.
Exactly. Thank you.
I've never seen anything like this. Multiple attacks without eating its prey.
Lions don't do that. At least no lion I've ever seen.
Go back to the calls.
Dad, please!
Man, you gotta drive! You gotta drive! Drive!
Breathe. Breathe. Slow down. We're in his territory now.
It's the law of the jungle. It's the only law that matters.
Dad, they've got guns.
Shouldn't be out here.
What are you doing? Stop!
I've got to get my girls out of here.
I need you to trust me right now.
I'm coming back. Don't move, okay?
Where did he go?
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.